Hey, this is Justin, and this is Killian, my buddy here. Today we are working on limit switches and how to diagnose them. So we have two limit switches here. We have both resettable. This one is a high limit self-resetting switch, and then this is a resetting switch with a popper. So you have to click the button. How a limit switch works is you need to put heat. You need to put heat to both of these sensors in order for them to pop. The reason why they pop is that way it shuts down the whole system, because fire is where it's not supposed to be at. These are mainly meant for the trumpets of the furnaces to recognize the fire. So, for example, if I take a blowtorch here, it should pop, and that'll make it overload, right? And now we're gonna move on to the next one, which is self-resetting. And notice how it shows 0.2 ohms. So that means it is closed right now. Now if I take this blowtorch again, it should pop, and that means that it is closed now. And that is how you know if a limit switch has gone over. Good. And after a couple minutes, it's been about a minute now, you can see that it is back to being closed. Now if we go over to the manual one, click this button. Now it is back to being closed. And you'll see by the ohms on the meter. And that is how you know if a limit switch is open or closed as well.
Recordo.
Alright, as you can see right now, we have 0 volts. We have the leads hooked up to our limit switch, and we have the fire going. Now, if I crack this propane hose open and I run it across this limit switch, everything should be shutting down except for the blower. Turn it click. And there goes the flame. And now that it's closed, it's pushing up to 27.47 volts. And that is the simplicity of how a limit switch works. And now that we gave it time to cool down, we're still at about 27.5 volts. If we click the little button on the back of this switch, everything else should be back up and running. As you can see that this is at 0. And now the whole process will restart over again. And understanding that this isn't a perfect example of what a genuine furnace would look like and what it is, we have one right here. And here is a high pressure limit switch. And we have two of them. We have two more limit switches right here. Right on the trumpets. All right, now, so we are now gonna talk about thermostats and inducer motors. So if your inducer motor isn't running, when you turn it on, there is more than likely something wrong with your thermostat, and you will always know it's about your thermostat if the inducer fan isn't running, because it needs to talk to the motherboard to get this motor going. First thing to do when this happens, you're going to get your red and your black, and you're going to put your leads on the red and white. If you're getting voltage, that means that there's nothing wrong with the power. If you get above 24 volts, you're in good range. So if that's not the problem, then there's more than likely something within the thermostat that's wrong. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the thermostat, and then we're gonna run a jumper from the red to the white. So we're gonna turn off our power first. I'm going to grab my screwdriver. I'm gonna turn this up. Turn this up.
Well, you gotta get the video going.
We're gonna put a
Here,
jumper
everything's over here, Noah.
in here. In here. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Screw these down. There you go. Now if we turn it on and the motor runs, that means that it is definitely something to do with the thermostat. All right, and that's how you know. Now, for future preferences, if we do the jumper and the inducer fan stays off, that means that the thermostat is perfectly fine. Now, the fact that it's on means that there's something wrong internally with our thermostat. And that's how you can diagnose whether or not you have a good or bad one.